Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, during World War II. She was set free by the women's movement of the 1970s. She has traveled the world and written a memoir and a manual to help others. And she lives here now. Turn the page and do something unexpected.
Turn the page and do something unexpected for your age or the times. That's what these four women did, and I'll tell you about them. The baby's my daughter Sherry, that's me, my mom, and her mother, my grandmother Nana. We lived in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I'll begin with Sherry. As a teenager, she moved to Florida with her dad as a teenager. And she was one of the first women to work on the floor at Northrop Grumman as a riveter. That's normal in World War II, but unusual and unexpected in the 1980s. At the other end of the four generations is Nana. Grandpa lost his job during the Great Depression of the 1930s. Nana traded their home for a house with a storefront grocery. She said, I ran the store for 23 years and made a darn good living. She knew Grandpa was running around with other women and warned him, I'll divorce you when my girls can take care of themselves. So owning a business, divorce, back then, unexpected. Nana was 80 when she told me her story. 6 miscarriages before she had my mother. I'm going to publish her story someday. Now Mom. She and Dad married and had me during World War II, followed by my 2 sisters. The photo of Mom behind that screen door reminds me of Betty Friedan's Women in the Feminine Mystique, isolated from the world. Not my mom. She went to the American Legion with my dad and drank beer and shot pool. Shooting pool in the 1980s as a woman and being better than the men was unexpected. When she was 80, her surprise birthday party was a pool tournament at the Legion. She won. She won the next 2-year anniversaries and sunk 5 balls in a row before she died. That's me. I never feel like I'm talking about myself. It's the girl in the photo. I was accepted to the university, wanted to go away. Mom said, stay home, get a nursing certificate. It's cheaper. I taught her a lesson. I got pregnant. In 1961, boys married pregnant girlfriends. That's my son Michael, me, my dad, and his mother, Grandma Nicholson. When Sherry was born, my life was settled, and I would be with that man the rest of my life. We divorced. I moved to Philadelphia with a second husband, finished a bachelor's, got a master's, set up an emergency shelter for teenage girls, and an employment program for at-risk adults. I would be with that man forever. We divorced. I learned my lesson. From now on, no husbands, lovers yes. Decades ago, I heard a playmate say to my young grandson, where's the grandpa? Noah, who calls me Oma for Dutch, said, Oma doesn't want husbands, just boyfriends. You can send a boyfriend home. So the girl who got pregnant at 17 earned a PhD from the University of Pennsylvania at 42. My mom and dad, my 2 sisters, and my children, Michael and Sherry, came to celebrate. I turned the page wrong. Besides education, I wanted to travel, but we only went to the Jersey Shore. I dug holes in the backyard to get to China, finally got there and took pictures of the terracotta warriors. I took my children around Europe as teenagers and met them in Greece as adults. I like traveling alone because you can meet people. I was on a bus in the Moroccan mountains and a man invited me to lunch with his sister. We were walking down a dirt road into a forest. Friends say, weren't you afraid? I wouldn't have gone if I was afraid. I never saw my mother afraid of anything. The girl who wanted to go away moved to Rotterdam, bought a condo in the center of town, had a great view. I speak Dutch. Hoe gaat het? Mag het een pilsje? A book tour before COVID shut us down. I added the biological ancestors to my family tree next to the relatives who loved and cared for me. The bio father died at 65. Thank goodness everybody who would have been embarrassed or hurt was dead and gone. I learned about the man whose genes recombined with my mother to make me. He jumped on D-Day out of patriotic duty, not choice. He stood out in a group, loud. Last year, Noah, all grown up now, urges me on 5Ks, and I usually win in my age group, 80.